Welcome to Tackling Tech. I am on site here in Seattle, Washington at Microsoft Ignite, and I'm taking the opportunity to talk to my friends, my fellow IT pros, and just listen to what they have to say about our Microsoft technologies such as Intune, Windows 365, Windows 11, Copilot, and so on. So with me is my friend, Michael Mardahl. Introduce yourself.
Thank you, Haji. Yes, my name is Michael Mardahl. I'm a Microsoft MVP in enterprise mobility and security, so pretty proud of that. And of course, I'm here at Ignite.
And
I had to be here.
Where are you based out of?
I'm based out of Denmark, so
Whoa.
I'm in a Microsoft partner organization that's called APENTO. Super proud of being a lead partners in Denmark and really engaged with anything Microsoft. Our focus is never wavering. It's always Microsoft. And that, of course, means that we're sort of in the AI business now, aren't we?
Exactly, we're in the AI business.
That's what it's about now.
First of all, you come a long way from Denmark to here, so that's pretty amazing.
I did.
So it sounds like you're excited. You really want to know what's going on here, right?
Yes.
And I know your company as well, and I know they're also friends of mine. You work with a great team of people, so fantastic.
We have a lot of MVPs
Yes,
as well.
a lot of MVPs.
And we try to give a lot of feedback because of course Microsoft can't be at every single customer.
Exactly.
And at all levels. So we try to give that feedback constantly. So every time we come to events like this, we're trying to, put on our customer goggles. It's customer-centric for me, but obviously I would have some ideas of what I feel would have value for me as well.
Right.
Because this is about personal empowerment as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
So-
absolutely.
And what can I do with AI? What can customers do with AI?
Right.
Because if I succeed with AI, the customers will succeed with AI.
Right.
So that's
So,
my
so
vision.
you're in the enterprise mobility space, right? That's
Exactly.
Intune and things like that, right? And you mentioned about security as well.
Security. Yeah.
So, but you also touched upon AI. So let's get into it.
Yeah, because AI is not maybe you wouldn't think Intune or
exactly
you might think AI with security, but the
AI with Windows and so
AI
on.
with
Yeah.
Windows as well. But the thing is with AI now with the security Copilot, that is integrated into both, right? So that is both security and Intune is such an integral part of security.
Yeah.
I think a lot of organizations are sort of dismissing that. They're just, that's just for managing our MDM,
Right.
or that's our MDM for mobile phones or whatever.
But it's not. It's a lot more than that.
It is your security perimeter as well in the cloud because it's it's a metric. It's sending data into the cloud so the AI can get smarter on what's going on in your system, what's normal, what's not, etc. So I think we're going to see a lot here at Ignite around security Copilot as well because it's still a bit under wraps. Not everybody's touched it. I haven't touched it, but I've been in live demos and been really impressed. But for me today during the keynote, what really struck a note with me was the Microsoft Copilot. So the Bing chat being renamed to Microsoft Copilot and it being integrated into Windows, and you have it in your browser, you have it to search your organization.
Right.
So that the fact that that's free for anyone in the world that has an Entra licensing already, so that's basically any 365
It's
customer.
part of the package.
It's part of the package that they can go in a secure way and ask for something within their organization. And that's across everything, right? So it's all your data. That is truly empowering because if you can work with that Copilot and make it your own within a company, then you could do anything basically.
But we need to clarify when we mentioned data and AI and stuff. I know you mentioned that earlier. We got to, emphasize that we are very, very upfront that your data, if you're a commercial customer, your data is your data and stays within your own organization.
Exactly.
It is not used or stored in Microsoft or Microsoft Cloud, right? So the other things that you talked about, like Intune and things like that, like, yeah, we do get signals and stuff in terms of, usage levels and things like that. Like, are there any issues with, devices and, those kind of metrics and stuff that we get, right?
Yeah.
To help improve things and say, oh, wait, hold on. There might be a problem with a patch or something that we need to put that on a safeguard, safe hole and stuff like that.
But I actually have that discussion with all customers as of lately.
Mm-hmm.
The Copilot bus has been going for the entire year, and I get a lot asking about Copilot, Microsoft Copilot 365,
Mm-hmm.
which is a different Copilot. But if we're just talking about this new free Copilot offering and Copilot Studio, which is also a thing to customize it for your organization, they all ask, well, we are not really sure we want to use this because Microsoft's going to see all our data.
Right.
And I really try to say that's not true.
That's
out
not
there.
true.
Just so you know, it is never trained on your data.
Exactly.
And an argument I put forth to people that say, well, they might say that, but we don't really believe it, is that if Microsoft chose to do that, they would be sort of destroying their model.
Right.
Because then you're getting sort of
you're getting
maybe
mixed
wrong
up
patterns.
Right.
Yeah,
wrong
different patterns.
Yeah.
And you want it to be consistent. You want it to get better and grow on good patterns.
Right.
And I'm not saying that everybody's abusing the AIs out there, but somebody is probably. And that would give a skewed picture. You saw that initially with some of the first AIs that came out there. I don't recall the names. Microsoft had one that they had to sort of pull back. And
Okay.
that was a chat that actually learned
chat
from.
GPT or
No, that was
that?
like just a sort of Cortana chatbot you could chat with, and it would learn from your interactions, and it became super racist and biased within hours.
Oh, that's not good.
Because that was people it was training on the people that were chatting with it.
Right.
So we want to get away from that, and that's what has been done now, and that's sort of that's the proof in the pudding for me that that's not happening.
Yeah.
Because if I just throw in a bunch of garbage,
Yeah.
and asks it something relevant to that, the next day it won't have that garbage, and it would have it if it was actually training on the data.
Yeah, and seriously, to be honest with you, Copilot is really to give you efficiency, productivity, and stuff like that, right? And to save a lot of time too. Now, for example, it's built into Teams and it's built into so many other products. To get a summary of a meeting, an hour-long meeting in just in a snap, it's amazing.
I love that
Right?
that you've gotten into the meeting late. Here, let me just summarize what's going on.
Exactly.
So I mean, how that somebody came up with that is brilliant. Thank you, whatever team that did that,
Yes.
because I wouldn't have thought about that.
Exactly.
To be honest. But it's not my area of expertise.
Right. So back to your Intune stuff. So where do you see? How do you see Copilot AI? Working in the future in that space?
What I primarily see right now is the ability to skill up faster.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a huge gap of knowledge. A lot of people coming into this for the first time. A lot of organizations really wanting to adopt this now.
Right.
But the hiring process is just stalled. These people don't exist. Well, they exist. They have a job already. So it's sort of you're stealing from each other, basically. Or you're hiring consultants, but consultants don't have enough time to own your organization's Intune. So where can we get help? AI.
AI.
You go ask the AI, you get skilled up. And perhaps you have a really good engineering team. If you're a large organization, they have a lot of knowledge. Where do we put that?
Yeah.
We go into our Copilot studio and we put that knowledge in there for our company. So everybody knows what are the naming standards, how do we build policies, etc. Because every organization is doing that differently.
True.
I haven't seen a single Intune setup
that
was identical at all.
And in the security space, you could use it for, hey, show me or tell me about vulnerabilities that exist.
Exactly.
And stuff like that, right? Because it's hard for you to detect it. It's hard for you to figure out what's going on. So just having this AI model give you the information you need, then you can take actions on it if you need to.
So if you have a skilled engineer, I'm sure they could be a lot more efficient because they know what they want to go look for. They know it takes time. So if they have their prompt book ready inside Copilot for security, they just say doot 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 doot, and it goes out and does those queries against all the different Graph API endpoints and whatnot.
Right.
and then you get the result back.
Yeah.
And you could have done a lot of other things meanwhile, like writing your report on what the incident was, etc.
Exactly.
And you could do that in another AI.
So,
yeah.
are there certain things that you would like to see, and whether it's Intune space, AI Copilot in the future that you haven't seen it yet?
I'm really hoping for more AI within all the portals.
Okay.
And this is just a wishful thought here. So if you have the Copilot within the different portals, you have new IT pros coming in, or even experienced ones, they want to ask, how do I do this, or what is that, or can you suggest some good policies here because we want to cover these areas, some compliance requirements, etc.
Mhm.
What should I be looking at? Or hey, if they put a button in there that just said fix it for me, that would be great. I'm not afraid to say that. I think some exec at Microsoft told me when I said I want a button that just does things.
Oh,
He said,
okay.
he told me said nobody ever, because everybody wants to fiddle with it, do something special, do their own thing, just somewhere to start out. A fix it for me button would be great for a lot of people.
Wishful thinking, but yeah,
because
maybe it
you
might
got to
happen.
start somewhere. So you could be the expert.
Yeah.
You don't want that button. But there are a lot of non-experts out there that want to become experts. And I think we should help them become experts.
Okay.
But you and me don't have enough time to just call them all up and tell them everything we know. I
Exactly.
wouldn't even know how to tell anybody everything I know. But the AI can.
Right.
So, yeah.
Any last words before we wrap up? Anything you want to share? Anything you want to?
I really want to share that I think this event so far is amazing. I mean, this is sort of a magical place. And I'm not just saying that to sound
Look
fancy.
at the location we're sitting in,
The location
right?
is really...
I mean, we're
It's
sitting in a garden on a third floor, and we got planes flying over, and who knows? People are watching us right now.
But it's everywhere. Everywhere in this expo hall is just beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
It's beautiful. So it's sort of it inspires you to engage in conversations with your peers, and just do selfies all the time.
Yeah.
So
It's been great,
really
man.
good. Thank you, man.
I'm so glad to have you, and thank you.
Thank you for having me.
That's a wrap. This is Michael Mardahl from Denmark, and you heard it from his own voice on AI, Copilot, Intune, security. Awesome stuff. Until next time.